Under Armour came to her and said that she could be the face of the women's line on the Steph Curry side because her and Steph's game is so similar.
Caitlin Clark just did something crazy. She walked away from Nike, the biggest name in sports. But here's the kicker. She's not just joining any other brand. She's teaming up with Adidas in a deal that's breaking record. Want to know why this matters for every athlete out there? This is huge, folks. We're talking about a move that's going to shake up women's basketball like never before. You know how Nike's always been the go-to for top athletes? Well, Adidas just flipped the script. They offered Clark a deal so big, it's making everyone's head spin. Here's the thing. This isn't just about shoes or money. It's about changing the game for women in sport.
Because I feel like Under Armour for sure wouldn't have ignored her this entire season and missed out on so many marketing dollars. The thing that is the most surprising about this is if you guys remember when Caitlin Clark was playing at Iowa, Nike ran ads about her. At the start of this year's WNBA season, it was announced that Caitlin Clark signed a massive endorsement deal with Nike. This deal was for 8 years, $28 million with a signature sneaker included.
Clark's decision is like dropping a bomb on the whole industry. You think endorsements were big before? Just wait till you see what's coming next. We're about to dive into all the juicy details, and trust me, you're not gonna believe what's happening behind the scenes. This is the kind of news that'll have everyone talking for years to come.
Now, at the time, a lot of us were so excited about this. Nike is obviously the biggest brand in athletic apparel, and Caitlin seemed to be a perfect fit for the brand.
Now, you might be thinking, Adidas, aren't they old news in basketball? Think again. They just made a move so bold, it's got everyone from players to executives scratching their head. Want to know what's got the industry buzzing? Let's talk about Adidas for a sec. They've been struggling to keep up in the basketball world lately. Nike's been dominating the court, and Adidas, they've been sitting on the bench. But not anymore. They just pulled off a play that's changing the whole game. So what did they do? They went after Caitlin Clark, and not just with any old deal. We're talking about an offer that's making history. It's not just big, it's record-breaking for women's basketball. Adidas saw a chance to make a statement, and boy, did they make it loud and clear. This isn't just about getting a star player to wear their shoes. It's about Adidas saying, hey, we believe in women's sport, and we're putting our money where our mouth is.
Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her?
They're not just trying to catch up to Nike anymore. They're trying to leap right over them. But here's where it gets really interesting. This deal, it's got the potential to shake up the whole industry. Think about it. If Adidas is willing to go this big for Caitlin Clark, what does that mean for other players? What about other brands? Are we about to see a bidding war for women athletes like we've never seen before? And it's not just about the money. This move by Adidas, it's like they're shining a spotlight on women's basketball. They're saying it's just as valuable, just as exciting, just as worthy of investment as men's sports. That's huge. You know what's even crazier? This could change how young girls see their future in sport. Imagine being a kid playing basketball and you see Caitlin Clark signing this massive deal. Suddenly becoming a pro athlete doesn't just seem possible. It looks like it could be seriously rewarding. This Adidas move isn't just about Caitlin Clark. It's a whole new game for women's sports endorsement. We're talking about a shift that could affect everything from how games are broadcast to how much coverage women's sports get in the media. It's like Adidas just opened a door and now everyone's wondering what's on the other side. Adidas opened a door, but Caitlin Clark, she's kicking it wide open. Nike thought they had her figured out, but Clark just flipped the script. Her unexpected move has everyone asking, is this the start of a new era in athlete endorsements? Let's talk about Nike for a sec. They've been the big dogs in basketball forever, right? Everyone thought Caitlin Clark was a sure thing for them. I mean, she's been rocking their gear since her college days. It was like Caitlin Clark plus Nike equals match made in heaven. But guess what? Clark had other plans. So picture this. Nike's probably sitting there thinking they've got this deal in the bag. They're probably already designing her signature shoe, planning out ad campaigns, the whole 9 yards, and then bam! Clark drops a bombshell that nobody saw coming. What did she do? She didn't just say no to Nike. She told them she wanted something different, something bigger. Clark wasn't just looking for a paycheck. She was looking for a partnership. She wanted a deal that would change the game for women's basketball. You know what's wild? Clark didn't just negotiate for herself. She was thinking about all the young girls out there dreaming of being pro ballers. She wanted a deal that would open doors for them too. That's next level thinking right there. And get this, Clark didn't stop at asking for more money. She wanted a seat at the table. We're talking about input on product design, marketing strategy, the work. She wasn't just going to be a face on a billboard. She wanted to be part of the team making decisions. This is huge, folks. We're not just talking about a player signing a deal anymore. We're talking about an athlete taking control of her brand, her future, and the future of her sport. Clark's not just accepting offers, he's rewriting the rules of the endorsement game. Think about it. How many times have we seen athletes just take whatever deal comes their way? But Clark, she's saying, nah, I'm worth more than that, and so is women's basketball. She's not just playing the game, she's changing it. And you know what's even crazier? This could change everything for other athletes too. If Clark can do this, who's to say other players won't start demanding more? We might be looking at a whole new era of athlete empowerment. Hold up though, we're not just talking hoops here. Think about it. If Clark can shake things up this much in basketball, what's stopping other women athletes from doing the same? Tennis, soccer, you name it. Could we be on the brink of a total game changer? Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Women athletes have been fighting an uphill battle for years when it comes to endorsements. They've been getting the short end of the stick, with smaller deals and less attention than their male counterpart. It's like they've been playing on a whole different court. But now, Clark's move is like a slam dunk that's shaking the whole arena. She's not just changing the game for herself, she's changing it for every woman out there with a dream and a pair of sneakers. This could be the start of something huge. Imagine this. Other brands see what Adidas did and start thinking, hey, maybe we're missing out on something big here. Suddenly, they're all scrambling to sign the next big star in women's sport. It's like a gold rush, but instead of gold, they're after the next Caitlin Clark. And it's not just about the money. Clark's deal is showing that women athletes have power. Real power. They can call the shots, make demands, and shape their own futures. It's like she's handed every woman athlete out there a megaphone and said, your voice matters. You know what's wild? This could change everything from how games are broadcast to how much media coverage women's sports get. It's like Clark just flipped a switch, and now everyone's seeing women's sports in a whole new light. But here's where it gets really interesting. What if other sports start following basketball's lead? Imagine tennis stars demanding equal prize money at every tournament, or soccer players getting shoe deals as big as the men's. It's like Clark's opened the floodgates, and now there's no telling where this wave of change will go. And get this, it's not just about the pros. Think about all the young girls out there watching this unfold. Suddenly, being a pro athlete doesn't just seem possible. It looks like it could be seriously rewarding. We might be looking at a whole new generation of girls chasing their dreams harder than ever before. This isn't just a story about one player or one brand. It's about changing the whole game for women in sport. We're talking about a shift that could affect everything from how games are played to how athletes are paid. It's like we're watching the start of a whole new era in sports history. All right, let's break this down. Adidas went big, offering Clark a deal that's making history. Clark, she didn't just say yes, she rewrote the rules. She wanted more than just a paycheck. She wanted a real partnership, a chance to shape the future of women's basketball. This isn't just about shoes or contract. It's about recognizing the true value of women's sports and the power of athletes like Caitlin Clark. We're talking about a move that could change everything, from how deals are made to how women's sports are seen and valued. Clark didn't just make a deal today. She opened doors for every woman athlete out. The game has changed and there's no going back. We might be looking at the start of a whole new era in sports. And you know what? It's about time.